So if you're Black, Hispanic, Asian, you do not have the privilege to run in America. No more running for
If
you.
folks want a perfect example of white privilege, Kate Mackz would be one.
Steven, did you know that running, the act of physically running, is really only for white people? People who get to run it's a privilege.
I'm gonna run for my life.
I'm serious. I just heard Tim Walz, the man who ran for vice president of the United States, his daughter, just claimed that the act of running was a privilege.
As an act is political. And you know who taught me that? Tim Walz. The first thing he told me when I was first getting into it in high school, granted, I don't really do it as much anymore. I go in spurts, but when I was first getting into it in high school, the first thing he told me was that running is a privilege, and being a part of the running community is a privilege that not all people have access to. Whether you do it recreationally or you race a lot or you are, at the elite level, it is a privilege. Whether it be you just having the time to run, access to funds to buy the gear, access to, healthy quality foods that fuel you as you're training and as you're running.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So my name is Samantha. Yes, I am traveling and I apologize for background noise and things that may catch your attention. But folks, we have to talk about this. Did you know that running is now a political thing? There are people in America that can't afford to run. Now, the woman that said this is Hope Walz, Tim Walz's daughter. While she says that, if you go look at her TikTok account, there is her skiing. Now, I'm going to make this video for y'all. I'm going to show you how unhinged the left really is. But my point in making this video is to make a very apparent point to all of you. I went to a ski resort recently just to ski. The first time to get to rent the shoes, the outfit, the trainer, the skis, and to pay to ski would have cost us $500 per person. I know you folks know at this point that we were demonetized for speaking truth. I was demonetized for harmful content like this, where I will not allow the left to cancel another content creator over the fact that they give fair, unbiased opinions of what's happening in the Trump administration. I need your help to be able to continue doing this type of research. I drove home on my anniversary and I spent 3 hours researching for this one video. So if you'd like to support us, guys, even $1, look at the top of comments. We love y'all. Let's get back to the video. So skiing is a privilege with people with money. Running is not. Legitimately, you can go barefoot and run through your yard, down the road, at your public school. Let's get into this, because this is a very important mindset that we need to break down. This is why I'm trying to tell you guys, the left claims that they're tolerant, that they're party of love. They love humans. They love everybody.
Talk about the running influencer who sold her soul to the devil. Hey, it's Ariel. I have been a running content creator for the last 2 years now. One of the biggest things with my platform is inclusivity and support for good, not evil. Let me tell you, I actually have been following Kate for the last 2 years, was really inspired by running videos. But with this administration doing what it's doing, it is just wrong. For that side of the house, in this environment where people are getting their rights taken away, women, trans people, people of color, LGBTQ plus community, immigrants, you should not be supporting evil and spreading propaganda. Irresponsible. And when you have a platform as large as hers, this is not the time to be placating to both sides.
So let me tell you what's going on. There is a TikTok influencer who is a runner. She is known, her name is Kate Mackz. She is known for running and interviewing people, okay? She interviewed Karoline, the press secretary for the White House, but she also interviewed Tim Walz during the election. So she kind of has people from both sides in her content, and all of a sudden the entire liberal left is trying to cancel her.
Let's talk about it. I have never hit block so fast in my entire life. It is problematic for so many reasons. I saw some people in the comments actually defending her and trying to both sides this, saying she's a good journalist, she interviewed Tim Walz, now she's interviewing Karoline Leavitt, she's unbiased. And I'll give you this, there are two sides to this conversation, and those sides are right and wrong.
They don't. They're very distorted in the truth. The truth is, running is something that any person can do at any point in their life. You literally are here and you just start running, folks.
Access to, a safe, stable situation that allows you to be in a good mental state to be able to run. All of those things are hard to come by. And if you have them and are a part of the running community, that is a privilege. And that, again, was the first thing he taught me. So I don't really understand how platforming and administration that cuts mental health services, cuts, funding and literal shipments to food banks, is entirely hurting the climate, because you can get into running in the climate. That's a whole nother thing. But it's cutting, funds to climate initiatives and actively hurting the planet in that way.
That all people in the United States aren't able to do. They can't participate in the act of physical running. You can't make this crap up. Are you kidding me? Have you never been to a school? I'm sorry. It's not just the little white kids running. Everybody be running. Yeah, you're privileged. Well, I got news for y'all. We ain't running. We driving with the AC. That's ridiculous. You guys, hold on. Steven and Sam here on our way back. It's our anniversary, but we need to break this down for y'all.
People on the left are currently trying to cancel Kate Mackz. For those of you who don't know, she's known for doing these interviews where they run and she asks questions at the same time, usually with celebrities, but she's done it with people like Chris Cuomo and probably most famously and most viewed Tim Walz right before the election. Now, people are canceling her now because she did one with Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt, Trump's press secretary. Now, I get the little criticism that they didn't go for a run like she normally does. I think that's fair to say. But just listen to some of the things they're saying about this.
No. You do not give a platform to fascism unless you are okay with fascism.
Choice words that I have for that runner that decided to do like a little tour of the White House with Karoline Leavitt like yesterday would get me banned off the app, so I can't.
Kate Mackz, the girl who does the "How many miles are you running today" videos, doing a video with Karoline Leavitt is fucking disgusting.
And her comments section are more the same on that same video. This is so beyond disappointing. Girl, what are you doing? Absolutely not. This is insane. Someone actually made their own parody version of the video and basically said that Karoline Leavitt works for Satan. In this video, she's basically talking about what it's like to work for Satan. This is the issue the left has. There is nothing wrong with influencers or podcasters, whatever you want to call them, talking to the Trump admin. Just like there was no issue with those same people talking to the Biden admin or the Kamala campaign. It's honestly more respectful when you reach both sides like she clearly has. But the left just wants to shut down anyone that even comes close to Donald Trump or anyone that works for him.
Folks, that's the truth. The left doesn't even want us to have truthful, honest conversations, and I don't have any understanding of that. Cancel culture, the concept of canceling somebody because you don't like what they just said, actually comes from Hitler. That is a fascist behavior. It is a silencing. It is what the Democrat Party has always been about. They did not want slavery ended in America. That was the Democrat Party. They did not want to give women the right to vote. That was the Democrat Party. Social Security, food stamps, taxing us like they do, that is all the Democrat Party. The one thing they hate is for people to be able to function without them giving them sound bites. They can't stand independent journalism. They make fun of the fact that Trump has opened up the White House to other opinions other than just the ones AP and PBS that they want you to be brainwashed from. Told you guys this. It is not a joke. It is not a conspiracy. It's called MK Ultra CIA mind control. But here we go again. Another influencer with almost 1 million people following her on TikTok. And she loses 200,000 followers over the fact that she interviewed the White House press secretary. For the love of God, you interviewed Tampon Tim, and we all stood there and watched it without commenting ugly.
Drama. I think this is the first influencer that people actually liked that we're seeing being bought by the Trump administration. This is the beginning. This is the first. This will not be the last. I think we are going to see influencers in the next couple of months, couple of years, really draw a line in the sand about what they care more about, $1 or their values. And sorry to break it to you, we are a handful of executive orders away from doing our Get Readies with me and our Handmaid's Tale robes. Influencers are not relevant if they don't have an audience. So this is where followers and their audience comes in to hold them accountable.
And I would agree with that 100%. So please check and make sure you are still subscribed. Give me a thumbs up, drop a comment, pray about supporting us, because I make these videos to raise awareness of what's happening in our culture, in our country, and in our world. By the way, we just got back from our trip. We just took off my little baby Jeep off the back. We have drove the brand new truck all the way from Waco, Texas. We're back in Watson, Louisiana, and we're finally heading home to the farm.
There's no reason for the conservative fans to cancel someone for aligning with someone who is part of the Democratic Party. Because people of the Democratic Party don't run on hate or ignorance. And my favorite is the comments under my original video being like, the way you're speaking about a woman is disgusting. Are you fucking good? The answer is not, because I mean, my fucking God, the hypocrisy that always happens is actually something that needs to be studied. Should we go down a list of the things that people that align with Trump have said about someone that isn't a Trump supporter? That's a woman? The outrage is because we are normalizing these kind of people.
The only option we have, lady, is normalizing people like you. People that use our Lord and Savior's name in a curse word. By the way, guys, we're all adults here. I don't know how to beep it out on the phone, so I apologize. But I think that as adults, we need to understand just how demonic the left is. These people have no moral code. They are constantly calling good. Good is allowing illegal aliens into your country. Good is allowing the transmutilization of children. Good is, allowing men to marry men. That's all good, right? By their opinion, that is all things to be proud of. Not in my book.
The people freaking about the Kate Mackz interview with Karoline Leavitt, you're the reason why Trump won. I'm gonna be very clear. Whether you want to believe it or not, you're not in the majority. That's not what happened in November. We saw what happened in November. It was an entire repudiation of the Democrat Party. You don't like that you lost in November and you can't cope and you can't move on. So anything that's remotely related to the Trump administration or anybody who's part of the Trump administration triggers you to the core, because you can't handle the truth, which is Americans didn't vote for who you wanted because she was terrible. The videos you are all making are reaffirming the stereotype of a liberal and that they are crazy. You're acting like she interviewed this MS-13 gang member who beat up her spouse. Wait a minute, you like those people, you defend those people. Sorry, I forgot where you guys stood. If you want to move away from the stereotype, don't engage in insanity. She interviews somebody who works for the president of the United States. Whether you like it or not, he's not a normal president. Guess what? He's the president of the United States. It's his label. The people voted him in a democratic election. It's as legit as it can get. He's the president. I know it's hard to face that, but the truth hurts sometimes.